Wow, congratulations to Snoop Dogg, everybody. I just got done speaking to everyone in LA and we spoke it into existence. We really positively supported Snoop Dogg. We so happy for Snoop Dogg right now. We want to just go ahead and show the support as fans out here. Yeah, so it's a long time coming and it's a well-deserved ownership that Snoop Dogg had just acquired. You know that he had did so much for Death Row Records during the peak of their prime that he really without him it wouldn't have been the same. All those Tupac beats wouldn't have been possible because they were made by Snoop. So due to the fact that, man, and Dr. Dre, Dr. Dre didn't really do anything to help Snoop Dogg to get the money that he was for his royalties before. And now that he's got the death row, it is so much of a, big weight lifted off of Snoop Dogg's shoulders. It's really a long time coming and everything like that. Yeah, like he should have owned Death Row a long time ago. And if it wasn't just if Suge Knight was just being a big bully all these years and didn't want to let nobody take ownership, even though he couldn't do nothing to keep the business going. So basically, Death Row was just surviving off of the royalties and the past music. I mean, tell me the last time you heard a Death Row artist come out. And so now Snoop is about to sign. He's about to sign some Hispanic rappers. He's gonna sign rappers from the East Coast. One of the sources from New York is telling me that they're looking to do a branch with Nas to do a Death Row East. Because if you remember, Death Row was in a lot of controversy because of the East Coast West Coast beef. Y'all remember the East Coast West Coast beef? If there's any of you OGs out there who still remember the East Coast West Coast beef, y'all still remember Biggie Smalls, like Biggie Big. He and Tupac were in, the narrative was put out there that the East and West Coast was like a Tupac versus Biggie, Death Row versus P Diddy type of thing, right? And what Suge Knight was saying back then was like, um, don't sign with Diddy. He's gonna dance all up in your music video. Your producer's just gonna take all the attention from you, and he's just supposed to be an executive producer. He's not supposed to be all up in your shows, all up in your videos, snatching the mic out of your hand and all that stuff. So Suge Knight was telling the folks back then that he was more level-headed and didn't want the clout and was like, I'm not gonna be up in your videos and stuff like that. So the East Coast, West Coast ignited back then. And now Snoop is gonna turn it around and make a East Coast, West Coast mashup. He's gonna do the connection to bring Nas and Snoop that throw together. He might even get I heard Kanye West is joining Death Row to support them. He's joining in the support. So he not signing to Death Row. Kanye got good music, but he's gonna join in the support, and he's gonna go ahead and show love and try to put Snoop Dogg on top. But we're really all excited to see what Snoop does and what he makes out of this opportunity. We all know that any other opportunity Snoop Dogg had, he's really hit the ground running and just took off with it and made it into a success. So I believe he's gonna be able to do the same thing with the label. Um, he's really just gonna go ahead and start the new chapter, and this time around it's not gonna be no bully behavior. He's not gonna be Suge Knight. He's not gonna be running people over and things like that. And Snoop Dogg really wants to see those artists succeed. So he's gonna be generous with the signing bonus. He's gonna be generous on their paychecks. He's not gonna try to tie them up into a 360 deal like all the other companies. He wants them to have independence and privacy and still get money and do it in a way where Snoop's label gonna be making the majority, but the artist is gonna get a bigger percentage than if they were to go somewhere else. And and somebody was asking about the merchandise. Does he have the rights to sell the old merchandise to get the old money from that? Or can he only start doing the new merch with the Snoop Dogg with the doggy logo sitting on the chair? Because it used to be the guy on the electric chair with the bag over his head. Um, and now it's the Snoop Doggy Dog sitting on a throne, not an electric chair. So that's the new Death Row logo when you break it down. And Snoop had the chain made and everything by I think it was GLD. You know that company that you could go on Instagram and buy gold chains? Well, they actually sponsor Death Row now, and they say, hey, if we will pay you to let us make you a Death Row chain. So Snoop said, yeah, that sounds good to me. And so he went ahead with that, promoted them. They sponsored him, paid him, and gave him a brand new gold chain with some diamonds in it for Death Row. And so that's official now. I think on the merch, he just might as well just start selling the new merch, the new branding, because the old stuff is got the negative energy, the negative aura tied to it still. You don't want the negative Suge Knight energy in your business. So he needs to do a deep clean of all the old stuff and change the logo and show that it is a new generation. Like, them really bad sports teams after they had a bad run with a certain coach or a certain player done left them high and dry. They changed the whole color scheme, logo, court, jerseys, and everything. So that's the same thing with Snoop. He's showing that, hey, this team is under new ownership, so we are going to update the logo, update the look, bring it up to modern times. I mean, this business was left as, like the last time somebody was physically operating it, like actually trying to do the back end and get the artists and all that. It's been years. That other company, they was just collecting the check from the Pac songs and the Dre songs. So they didn't care about signing nobody. They strategically only acquired it at first just to get the money from the royalties. But then all the new music came out and it dipped. They said it's a good time to sell it off. But they said, you're going to have to give us a good reason. We're not just gonna give it up for free. So somebody had to do something to get that. That's a whole nother thing that we could kind of dive deep more into. Like, what do you think must have been done for him to get that? Because they don't talk about how much money it cost. So what do you think the deal was worth? And was it money paid? Was it something else? Was it a promise? So who knows? So go ahead and let me know what y'all think in the comments.